So a lot of people call me Lassie or LS or LC, basically. LS with an E, LS, LIS, basically. Or, but my initials are basically LS, and as an L and then the S. And then, so people call me Lassie and other things. But, you know, and they see it, like the first designation on the Titanic later on is LS Titanic. And LC or LC, and basically that's military or civilian use. Basically, the civilians were basically the S's, and the C meant combat or other or other kind of ship. Basically, ceramics also. General is a general designation really. So LS or LC, and later on, and that's why you also get LCV, basically, pretty much means Lucifer Combat Vehicle, or LSCV for Lucifer Combat. And then they make Combat, well, Combat with a K back then, I think, or something. But then they decided just to make it a C or something. I don't know. Things change, over the years. But anyway, so no one really knows who I really am, basically. Like I said, Lucifer Star is my work name, and Brian is my home name because, well, it just cuts down on the have my baby, which I don't mind really, but you know, I wish girls would run up to me and say, have my baby, or or I want you to have my baby, or no, I want you to blah. I can't get it right. I want you want to have your baby or whatever. Anyway, I should redo that. Anyway, cut that out. Anyway, so pretty much it's just building and, like I say, the safety stuff. I'm really fussy about safety. Like every time a train crashes, I'm like, why didn't I think of that one thing? Like I say, the whole thing about how when the conductor lets go of the thing, I pay people to actually develop that. So if he dies or if he falls off, because sometimes people fall off the train, like a conductor will be messing around and they drink on the trains a lot because, unfortunately, and it becomes a problem. It's like, all right, you're too drunk to work today, you're going to go home with pay, but tomorrow try not to be drunk. And that's why we also have two people in the engineers, because one will be drinking and a little tipsy, and hopefully you have some sobriety between the two of them, because sometimes there would be an accident or something like that, and they'd be like, "Well, there are two people, two engineers, and there wasn't sobriety between them. There's a bit of sobriety between them. Basically, they were both really, really, really drunk, and probably too drunk to do anything. So, or something like that. So, pretty much, there'd hopefully be a little bit of sobriety or whatever, so they would be able to run the train and stuff. Which most days it works out just fine. Trains not a lot goes along. You just shovel the coal and push the hammer down, and pretty much it's a kickback job, relaxed job, except for the shoveling, which they'll take turns on. That's why we have two or three, because one will stop and then the other one will go and then the other one will go. And then they'll have a drink, which means by the end of the day they're really drunk. So, yeah. Anyway, and plus they do a lot of distilling on the engines and stuff like that around the engines. Like you'll have the what's it called shop, and then you'll have the distillery like right across the street, because they kind of build together. So anyway, and or I'll buy it eventually, or take it over, because sometimes the wife will be like, "Well, I don't know what to do with it," and it's like, "Well, okay, we'll buy it. I'll buy it." So. And I just buy up, and that's mostly because sometimes the husband will die or something will happen, and basically it's like, well, they want to get out of it, but nobody will buy it for that kind of money, and they can't really do anything with that with the kind of money they can get from it. So I'm like, well, all right, I'm just buying the land, so sure, I'll buy it. I'll pay full price. That's fine. And I'll just get it out later on, and build something, send some people there, and or have some people look at what could be how it could be better purposed. So then they just buy it up, and basically, it comes out of my fund, my money, and then we build something better usually, or fix it. because usually it takes a lot of money to fix these places up. Sometimes they're real messes, but or not very much, not much more than two boards. They say it's not much more than two boards nailed together with some rusted nails. So okay, well, do what you can, and all that. So I have a lot of Irish help and a lot of other help, and Germans help out too. I pay them and stuff. So and it's basically for the group. Like I said, Germans, Irish, Scottish, Chinese, we're all together with this. It was only the blacks that at some point in time in history and time and space went and formed their own group, and it turned out their own group didn't really care about the whole at all. In fact, their own group just figured on shooting everyone and taking over. And like I say, they find us very much not in line with that kind of thinking. So, and we have battleships and cannon. So anyway, lots of little problems. But the LS shipyard and the LC shipyard, like I say, the LC shipyard was mostly ceramics and stuff like that. LC meant ceramics and stuff like that. But later on, it also means combat when I find that I have to defend myself. And I do have that much steel, and I do have that much money. So anyway, and that's how it goes to Birmingham and the LC yard, which is actually basically my weapons plant, which, groups of people that come to me and basically like, they're killing us, and it's like, okay, kill them back. And I have Germans, and the Germans, and people try to extinguish the Germans as well. So the Germans, like I say, the Germans were the ones that the black or whoever race tried to extinguish, and we lived. So, and they'd be saying for years, blah blah blah, oppression, blah blah blah. It's like, you tried to kill us, and after having a couple of us shot, we defended ourselves. That's our right. So, like I say, when the Irish come to us, and it's like, yeah, give them guns if you think they're legit, and they were. So they got guns. Eventually, I gave the Indians some guns too, because it's like, you're not going to be extinguished. So I don't really like it when people try and kill other people or do genocide. And I have a group, and like I said, my group, or who I'm from or with, women that were raped and then killed or just raped, and men that also, they had their penises chopped off because someone wanted to do a race war or something. So there's a lot of oppression that I faced and fought against, throughout the years. So, I'm that person, the legendary LS. So, anyway, Lucifer Star. So, most bad people, most horrible people, most rapists, they very much hate me. And that's the thing, is a lot of the black race was actually basically just rapists and killers, and people that stated that raping and killing was their tribal right. And it's like, no, it's not. I mean, I know I didn't shoot first or order my people to shoot first, but we did, defend ourselves. And I was very capable of defending myself along with all my other races. So, and no one was gonna kill us. Like I screamed one time. I said, "We're not gonna die." Because, especially with my money. But they were gonna try and kill us. So, anyway, yeah, it happens. And then they find out exactly who Lucifer or Alice really is, which is actually, like I said, at times in the past I've been one of those like, oh fuck, just like wave, it's like, yeah, well, I had them in the back, nuclear bombs. Like, if I have to use them, I will. I don't want to, but hey, my people are not going to be extinguished. They're not going to be hunted. I invented anti-aircraft, and I invented all these different things. So I know how they all worked, and so did my people. Like I said, tomorrow I can go out and start an anti-aircraft company. Because I paid for the research. We did it. So I led my people this way. And the black people, they did get